next summer health danger may be hiding in your own backyard.
As our weather heats up, that means being careful around the food you eat during outdoor barbecues and picnics.
According to the CDC, every year approximately 40,000 cases of salmonella are reported in the U.S.
Maybe you've got plans sometime next week for a picnic. You want to make certain your cold items stay that way for freshness and safety.
Now, most cases are mild, but others, while rare, can be potentially fatal.
So barbecuing is next on our list of potential summer health danger. Here's why: because bacteria thrive in the summer. Bacteria love temperatures above 90 degrees. It's humid in the summer. They love that. You got to worry about E. coli, salmonella, campylobacter. And when you're out barbecuing, we've all done it, you don't have the kitchen, so you don't have the fridge. You don't have the ability to wash your hands.
Everything's sitting out longer, and you got the cooler. And I'm going to show you a few tips. You know, if you have your food in a cooler, there's some things you need to have along with it. First off, some hand wipes to make sure you wash your hands before and after you handle the food.
After preparing raw meat,
Jimbo, we're going to pick up the meat.
You betcha. If you're going to have meat in the cooler, you want them ideally you would have it in a separate container, but have it in a nice sealed plastic bag, even a double bag. That way the juices don't leak out. A meat thermometer. Get one and use it. If you're cooking a steak, you want it to 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Ground beef, 160 degrees. Pork, 160 degrees. Poultry, chicken, 165 degrees.
And the thermometer needs to go into the center, the dead center
right,
of the cut.
When you barbecue, it's a piece of chicken, barbecued. It kind of gets grilled on the outside. It looks done, right? But watch what happens when I cut this in half. I mean, look at that. It's still completely raw on the inside.
We left a burger and some potato salad for 3 hours. We left it out in the sun for 3 hours, and we sent it off to Chromatics Labs to be tested. The results are in. Everyone interested?
Yeah.
All right, so potato salad had some yeast growth, but that's not really all that harmful.
Still icky.
Well, yeah, but the results that are shocking are from the hamburger sample. After 3 hours, levels of coliform and staph bacteria that were too numerous to count, they were off the charts. The lab hadn't seen levels like this in a very long time.
Oh,
boy.
God.
And if you look on the screen, the pink and red dots are all colony gross, and that's from 3 hours in the sun. Wow. And the last thing I want to talk about, we touched upon it.
Is that cooked or not cooked?
It's cooked.
Cooked. So after you cook it, you've got to store it again.
Yeah, you would think
it in the fridge as quickly as possible,
that
or
it would
cooler.
last longer, because we've talked about hours, but when it's in the sun, it's different.
Barbecuing can be dangerous for another reason. Meats, when they're put on the grill and they're charred, can produce something that's carcinogenic called heterocyclic amines. So try to minimize the amount of the char.
Clean your barbecue.
Coming up, if you plan